Well, hello. We're here at the Smith County Middle School, and we're out here in the hallway, and we're waiting to go in. By the way, I'm Bill Woodard.
And I'm Janie Pettigo.
And this is the Chamber Corner, and we're glad that you chose to come and listen to us. I think we got some exciting stuff going on. Janie, can you tell us where we're headed and what we're going to do?
Yes, I can, Bill. Let me just mention a few things that we're going to be talking about today. We have an exciting thing happening February 13th, the chocolate extravaganza. We're going to be talking with Ann Wagner about that today.
Always look forward to that.
Oh, and I know it's going to be so good. Anyway, my mouth is watering. And then we've got something coming up with CASA. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's a craft fair. We're going to talk about the Governor's Healthier Tennessee program, and it's really neat. And we'll talk about more of that in a minute. I think we're going to mention something about the adult leadership class that's starting up, and agritourism, trying to get it going here in Smith County, and then also, and I'm very excited about this, we've got our first annual Home, Farm, and Garden Show, and that's coming up in March. But we want to tell you now, in case you are a vendor and would like to be a part of that, we would love to have you. Golly, we're here in school, so obviously we're going to talk to some of the kids today, Bill, or maybe they're going to talk to you and let you answer questions.
Well, we've been invited to the Hoot Club, and that's one of the after-school programs that they have here at Smith County Middle School, and they have these after-school programs all over the county, and it's to help children to get something extra if they want to, pick up a little more, and so that's a good program that they've got. And so we're going to go in there, and they're going to ask me about the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, I think they're asking the right person.
Well, I hope so. I hope I'll be able to answer their questions. I guess we'll find out. By the way,
do you have a hall pass?
I do not.
I didn't get one either.
We're going to have to go see Mr. Lytle and see if we are allowed to be in here, because I know they're pretty tight on security. Oh, by the way, I noticed you didn't get the memo.
I know.
It's February, and middle of the month is Valentine's, right?
That's true, and that was actually my memo.
Oh, yeah. Supposed to wear something red. So
sorry, folks. I forgot about the red this morning when I was getting ready. So good for you, though, Bill. You read your memos. I don't read mine, obviously.
Well, I'm glad you...
Am I turning red enough?
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, all right. We're going to go into the Hoot Club here just in a few moments, and we will have all these other things going with you. So we'll see you in a moment. Okay, we're here at the Smith County Middle School, and the Hoot Club had asked us to come over, and they were going to ask us some questions. And so we've got three of the young folks here that are going to be asking some questions, and I believe Janie's going to get them to introduce herself.
Yes, first of all, I want you to meet.
My name is Elizabeth Davis.
Elizabeth Davis, good to have you here today.
My name is Evan Jones.
Good to have you, Evan. And?
My name is JC Henry.
All right, great. Three wonderful folks here to ask you questions. Let's start with Elizabeth.
Okay.
How about that?
All right.
Elizabeth, ask your first question to Mr. Woodard.
Mr. Woodard, what exactly does the Chamber of Commerce do?
Okay, that's an easy question and a hard question. The Chamber of Commerce is basically a corporation or a entity that is supposed to build and help business in Smith County. Hence the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. If you go around, you'll see other cities and counties have chambers of commerce, and each one of them is dedicated toward getting business and industry into that town, making it grow so that we can all have jobs and places to work. So simply, that's what it is. It's about business and commerce.
Okay, she has a second question, and what would that be, Elizabeth?
What is the focus of the Smith County Chamber of Commerce?
Well, the Smith County Chamber of Commerce has kind of a broad focus. Most chambers of commerce are focused strictly on the commercial and industrial aspects of the area that they're covering. The Smith County Chamber of Commerce is a little bit different. It was formed in 1974. It started out with the Industrial Board, and their focus at that time was to get an industrial park up and running in Smith County, and obviously that worked because we have the industrial park over in Gordonsville today. But now the Smith County Chamber of Commerce has kind of grown to the point to where we run the website for the county. And so if you want information about Smith County or the cities or any event that's coming on, you can come to the Chamber of Commerce website and you can pick up on any event off the event calendar. And then we also have a listing of people in the county that do various things, commercial and industrial, and you can get their information about how to contact them. So we've become kind of the advertising arm for the county. We also apply for grants for different aspects of the county, and a lot of the parks and recreation that you see around here, it's been something that the Chamber of Commerce, along with the county government, has went together to make that happen. So we wear kind of a broad hat, and we try to do what the government can't do because they've got other things that they have to be busy with.
Thank you, Elizabeth, for those questions. Now, we're going to go to Evan. Evan, what's your first question?
What sets our chamber apart from other counties' chambers?
Well, I think the biggest thing that sets us apart from other chambers is the fact that we do have a broad base focus. And what we do is that we do not only industry and commercial, but we put on festivals. The William Walton Days Festival, we do that every year. We're doing a home, farm, and garden show this year in March 28th. We also, the Bluegrass Festival that happens in Defeated started with the Chamber of Commerce. We still support that, still do that. And we try to do a lot of things in the county that, like for instance, we try to work with the schools on education. Anything that we can do to help every segment of the population. So we don't concentrate just on business and commerce, and I think that makes us different.
And what's your second question, Evan?
How does a person or business become a member of the chamber?
That's the easiest question, because business, they can join, industry they can join, an individual can join. You just fill out an application. There is a yearly fee. Individual, it costs them $75 a year to be a member of the Chamber of Commerce, and that avails them all of the benefits of that, and you get to come to the meetings, might get put on a committee if you've got something that you really like to do. Businesses, it varies, the prices varies by the size of the business, but you fill that application out, turn it in and submit it to the chamber, and then the next time we have a chamber board meeting, it's run before the board, and the board votes on the acceptance of that. And I will say this, I'm the executive director, but I operate at the behest of the chamber board. I have to carry out what they want me to do.
All right. Did you have another question?
No, ma'am.
All right. Thank you, Evan. And now we have a couple of questions from JC.
How do chamber duties or responsibilities differ from our county government?
Okay. The Chamber of Commerce is a quasi-governmental agency, and what that means is we're not government. In other words, we're a private agency, and we are owned and operated by the members of the Chamber of Commerce. But the reason we say quasi-governmental is because we work hand in hand with the local, state, and federal government on a lot of initiatives and any kind of program that's going on. And many times those programs will be run through the Chamber of Commerce. So we've got a very close tie with them, but we are not government. And so you don't get to vote on, the members of the Chamber of Commerce vote on who's going to be the executive director, but not the general population. But out in the government, like for instance our county mayor, everybody here that's a voter votes on that. So I guess that's the biggest difference is between us and the government.
Okay, and you had another question?
Yes, ma'am. What new and exciting happenings can we expect to hear from our chamber in the future?
Well, we've got so many things. I'm just going to mention a few of them. We are really excited about the depot, the Carthage Junction Depot over here. We're wanting to get that up and running and make that an integral part of the park. We'd like to have a gift shop in there and a railroad museum and a place in the back where you could have a dinner and party if you wanted to. We eventually would like to build a kitchen and bathrooms behind it so that you could actually have catering and things like that. It's a beautiful view of the Caney Fork River. We want to go down to Piper's Ford and build a takeout point for kayaks and canoes so that people can run the Caney Fork River and come up and down. That's one of the things that we're wanting to do. We're starting something new this year, our first and ever home, farm, and garden show. And we're hoping that that goes over real big. We're going to do that at the Ag Center on the 28th. And then well, there's, like I say, there's a lot of other things that we're trying to do, but that's the two biggest things that I can think of this year that are new. We hope to have a Bridge Fest or a dinner on the bridge sometime soon. We're working with the folks on reenacting, and we've got some things that we do with Granville in the realm of reenacting history. And I know the Alabama regulars are going to be over there camping sometime in May, and they're going to be putting a big show on, and we'd like to do something Civil War related here in Smith County, and I'm excited about that. And then, of course, Walton Days, we always improve on that. Then we do Christmas, and we try to do something new every year with that. So got a lot of things on our plate, and we're excited about it.
Those were wonderful questions. Thank you, each of you, for participating today.
And thank you, for letting us come to your school. We appreciate the invitation. All right. And is there some kind of class yell or something like that?
Oh, okay. There you go.
I didn't know. Okay. Well, thank you very much for having us. Hope you enjoyed that. This is Smith County Middle School.
Wow, Bill, those kids were smart, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they are sharp. They asked some really good questions. I hope I answered them right.
I think you did. And I think those are some future leaders of Smith County right there. Maybe even beyond Smith County. Have you seen the principal anywhere? I still don't have a hall pass.
Yeah, me either, but I think he's busy doing something else. I hear basketballs bouncing down that way, so he's probably that way, maybe.
Okay, we're safe then. Okay, we've got some things coming up, and let's talk about some of the upcoming events that people need to put on their calendar.
Well, I've got this very good friend that she is leaving the service of UT Extension, and on April the 7th, we're having a reception for her at the Ag Center. It's April the 7th from 1 to 3. Her name is Janie Pettigo.
Yes, I will be retiring March 31st, and I have spent 32 wonderful years here working for the people of Smith County, and I just thank God for these many years. And so I want to also thank the wonderful folks, and I want you to make plans to come out from 1 to 3 to the Ag Center on April 7th. Not only is it a reception, which I want to greet you and see you before I leave, but I also, I think there's going to be a little bit of a roast, so you'll get to hear some funny stories as well. And so, and you'll get to eat, because the university's providing some food for us. And so I hope everybody will come out for that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, tell us what else you got going on.
Well, we have also got over in Granville, they've got the Roaring Twenties going on, and you probably can't see the brochure that well, but we'll try to get a close-up shot of it. And it's a celebration, and it's spring and summer. It starts on April the 11th, and I believe now, it's just not set in stone yet, they may have a fish fry that night that's going to be a fundraiser for the river towns, which we, Smith County, is a part of. And they've got the opening celebration, they've got the Genealogy Festival, Model T and Model A Antique Car Show and Parade, opening of the Sutton Homestead, the Roaring Twenties Fashion, and 7th anniversary of the General Store. The Old Time Music Hour will be going on that time. And then on the 25th, they've got the Vintage Fashion Show and Garden Luncheon. It's called A Great Gatsby Affair. And then April the 30th, Journey to the Promised Land. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that here in a moment. The Promised Land Trail runs through Smith County. And then the May 2nd, the annual Granville Cornbread and Moonshine Bash, featuring the 1860 operating village, I'm sorry, I'm getting tongue-tied, and the cornbread contest and moonshine exhibit. So that's going to be interesting, to say the least. And then in May 23rd, the 17th annual Granville Heritage Days, Memories of the 1920s. And I'll just stop right there. They've got more going on throughout the year. To get to the Journey to the Promised Land, that's an outdoor play and musical, and they've got a cast already built for this, and they're going to do a show, and it's at the Granville Pioneer Village, May 1st and May 2nd. It's $10 per person admission, and they want you to call 931-653-4151 for reservations. And they're going to tell stories of the settlers from North Carolina coming to Tennessee looking for the Promised Land. And it's a play written by O.G. Webster, and it's to promote the Promised Land Trail, which runs through Smith County. And if people have noticed the signs, probably there's one in front of the chamber.
I've seen those.
And the Promised Land Trail. And by the way, if you want a brochure or information on the Promised Land Trail, just stop by the chamber or go into Hess. I've got a rack there, or go to Timberloft. We keep brochures out in the county. Also, May 16th, we're having our second annual Big Bass Cordell Hull Big Bass and Crappie Classic. And last year we paid out $7,000 in prize money.
Wow.
And there was one young man that did quite well. His picture's on the brochure. And you can see here we got some pretty big fish in there. And this is going to be a fundraiser for the Jackson County Chamber of Commerce and the Smith County Chamber of Commerce, the Granville Museum. And if you want to get involved in that, all you got to do is contact us at the Chamber of Commerce. We'll give you one of these forms to fill out, and you can sign up, and you can be a part of this Big Bass tournament that we're putting on. And like I say, $7,000 last year paid out, so we're expecting some folks to come in and win some money this time. So we're looking forward to that. And that's all I'm going to talk about for right now. We've got a few other things that are going on, but we'll get them next month.
Okay, well, we're going to move right along. I think some kids are getting out right now, so we'll be right back. I have with me today a very special guest and my dear friend, Miss Ann Wagner. Ann, thank you for coming on the show today.
I'm pleased to be here. I'm really excited to tell you about why I'm here.
All right, so you are representing CASA today. That's CASA. Tell our audience what CASA stands for.
Okay, well, CASA is a national program that recruits and trains and supports advocates for children who are in the system because they've been abused or neglected. We're actually the voice of the child in court.
Now, I assume that you all require donations to keep this thing running, correct?
Right, because we are a nonprofit organization. This is the time of the year when we have our one big fundraising event for Smith County.
Okay. Now, Ann, you are a volunteer. You don't get paid, correct?
That's correct.
So, but they still have to pay to get people to organize and that type of thing. So you need to raise some money for this. Tell our audience a little bit about what you all are going to be doing very soon.
Okay, we will be having our second annual Smith County CASA Craft Fair for Children and Expo on Saturday, March 21st at the Ag Center here in Smith County. It will be from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and we will have local artisans who will be selling a multitude of handcrafted items, as well as representatives from companies like Avon, Pampered Chef, 21, Tupperware. And this year we will also be working with a Smith County organization, youth involved in Project Graduation, who will be sponsoring the food that we're going to be selling. And of course, the proceeds from the food sales will go directly back to the Project Graduation program. Okay. But we will also this year have a kids corner where kids who participate in that will have the opportunity to make and take their own craft item home with them, in addition to various games and activities for children. So it gives the parents an opportunity to maybe do a little bit of shopping without being interrupted for a little while. So we're just real excited. We just want everybody to come out and participate and support the program. And if there are any local craft vendors, craft people who want to become vendors at this event, please contact our Smith County CASA coordinator, and that's Chandra Key, and her office phone number is 735-0034. And you can also go by the CASA office, which is at the Turner Annex building. She's in Suite 103.
Okay, so if you are a vendor or you know someone who is, and what we say by vendors, again, this is just people who do crafty. I know you do repurposed things, don't you?
I do. It's fun. Yeah, but there won't be any vendors allowed to participate who do not actually make their own item. So these are not yard sale items. These are really talented men and women who craft and make their own items to sell: jewelry, clothing, just purses, scarves, blankets, all soaps, candles, all various items like that.
Quilts, baskets, heritage skills type vendors are welcome, and we encourage you, most of all, to come out and support this wonderful service to help the children of Smith County. And Ann, one more time, would you please give the date and the time of the event?
Absolutely. It's Saturday, March 21st from 9 to 5 at the Ag Center.
And is there a fee to get in?
No, it's absolutely free to the public. We want you to come and, of course, bring some money because we want you to buy items, and bring your kids because really this is really about the children. And while they're there, we hope that the parents will shop, but we want to make sure that the children are having a good time too.
Well, Ann, we so much appreciate what CASA does, what you do personally, and we want to thank you for being on the show today.
It was my pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, Janie, we're still here at the school. I wanted to do a little thank you. A lot of folks don't realize how we're able to do this show, and the reason and the only reason that we're able to do it is because of the folks down at DTC Communications, and they have really helped us out over the years. And DTC is a fine company, got some of the finest folks working for it that I know. I can't say enough good things about them. I have them in my home, my phone service, my TV. I think I've got it all. I'm not sure, but anytime something breaks or anything goes down, which is very seldom, they come and they help you out. So I'm really thankful that they allow us to put this show on and do what we do. And so we just wanted to say thank you to DTC.
And yes, thank you so much. And you know, this program is actually being taped by a young man that contracts with DTC, Mr. Colby McKinney.
Yeah, Colby Mack Production, and he is a chamber member.
Yes, he is. And I'll tell you what, we just love working with Colby. And the reason he's not up here talking is because he's working behind the camera right now. So, hey, Colby, and thank you for all you do. Colby's great. He does a lot of weddings.
Oh, yeah, he does weddings, receptions. In fact, I got his card here: video editing, wedding DJ, videography, fundraising events, sports highlight videos, birthday parties, multi-camera productions, DJ, lighting, trips to the moon. Oh, no, I'm sorry. No, he doesn't do trips to the moon. But there's a lot of stuff on the card here. And the guys at DTC provide this service for us. And we just want to thank Colby and DTC for what they do for us. Thank you, guys.
I am here again with my good friend, Ann Wagner. And I asked her to stick around after our other talk we had a moment ago about CASA, because Ann is also a member of the Smith County Family and Community Education Clubs, what we call
FCE
clubs. And these ladies and gentlemen are so active in this county. There's about 180 members countywide, roughly,
about that,
Ann.
yes.
And I'm just so proud of them. And one of the things that you all are going to be doing very soon is the chocolate extravaganza. Would you like to share a little bit about that with our listening
audience? Yes, that's
audience?
a subject that's really near and dear to my heart and my hips. Is this our second year, I think? Isn't
It's
it?
our third.
Our third year.
Yes.
Okay. It's an opportunity where the members of the FC various clubs in the county bring chocolate items for purchase to support a really good cause. And that is
the Cancer Society Relay for Life. In fact, the last 2 years, last year, I think we raised, in 3 hours, we raised $1,025.
Right.
And I'm going to tell you, and Ann's exactly right, that's near and dear to my heart. I got chill bumps thinking about all that food. But the ladies and gentlemen across the county, and we do have some men in the clubs, by the
That's
way,
right.
They come in with dozens and dozens of chocolate goodies. Oh my gosh, Ann. I mean, can you think of some to tell them about?
We had stuff last year that I hadn't even heard of or seen. We had so many different chocolate items. No cakes and no pies. So this was candy and
bar cookies
and coated items of marshmallows and pretzels and
strawberries
and nuts and cookies and yeah.
Oh my gosh, yes.
So
bourbon balls.
Oh my gosh, yes. I think those were gone with 30 minutes.
I think they were gone within 30 minutes. We want to invite you to come out to the chocolate extravaganza. It's just in time for
Valentine's Day.
Yes. So come on out and buy some chocolate for your sweetheart. Now, what they're going to be doing, Ann, is you all sell containers for $5,
and these are
right?
not little containers. These are really pretty hefty sized boxes that are really going to be nicely decorated again this year. And it's everything that you can cram into that box with the lid closing. And it's $5. So, I mean, you know, if you go to a store and you get, you know, 2 chocolate bars, you're going to spend $5. So,
yeah, but they're going to get a whole lot more of this chocolate, and it's going to be at a great location that's central to everything, and that is at the Chamber of Commerce.
Right.
Just in time for Valentine's. It's going to be Friday, February the 13th from 10 a.m. until 1 p.m.
Or the items are sold out.
Oh, well, that's true. Yeah, because we have sold out early before. But literally, I think we're asking for, now let me think about this just for a minute. 5 different members in 8 different clubs bring 3 dozen each of each item. So I want you to think about that. That's hundreds of dozens of items that will be there for you. Now, what we normally do is you pay for your container, you walk around, and it's really set up neatly. Tell them a little bit about how it's set up, Ann.
Well, we had, the whole chamber was outlined with tables, and on all the tables were all of these different chocolate items, and you get to kind of like walk around this chocolate town and just pick and choose what you want. So if you want 2 of this particular cookie, you can have 2 of those items. But, you know, most people try to get 1 item from every display that's set up.
And we will have some little tongs there at each place setting. We will also, I said place setting, at each little display. And we will also note whether it has nuts or not. So if you have a nut allergy, we will have a little card there letting you know. If you are with an industry and you can't leave work, see if you can get 1 person to come and purchase items for everybody. Bring a box. All we'll have are the small containers. Bring your own box, send 1 person, and let them just pick out oodles and goodles of chocolate items. We want to see you there. We want to make lots of money for the Relay for Life, don't we, Ann?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So please join us on February 13th from 10 until 1.
Or sold out.
Or until it's all sold out, and that has happened before, at the Smith County Chamber of Commerce. You'll be helping a great cause.
Well, Janie, as you can see, there is a map of Smith County behind us. They have that hanging here in the hall at Smith County Middle School. They've got some really nice wall hangings. I've really enjoyed looking at them.
I have too. And there we are, right here in the middle of Smith County.
Yeah. Yeah, we're right here at the Smith County Middle School. By the way, if you ever wanted a paper map of Smith County, we've got them at the Chamber of Commerce. We just had a reprint of the maps, and so we have people that come in that are moving in. Like a lady moved in from Oklahoma last week. She came and got a map. There is a lady that her and her husband had bought a house there from Michigan. They came in and bought a map. We've had all kinds of folks, and that's just in the last week. So we have lots of folks coming in here, and they don't know where stuff is, and so these maps are really handy. So I just thought I'd mention that. If you know somebody that needs a map of Smith County, we've got them. There was a couple of other things that we needed to talk about, and I think agritourism was one of them. And so what I want to do, Janie, is tell them, now you were at the meeting, and we talked about agritourism, and what we're trying to do here is get an initiative going to where people in Smith County that have farms, they may find an additional source of income or something like that. I don't know if was there anything you picked up that you'd like to mention about that?
Well, many of our farm families have had to work in the private sector or the public sector, for when the tobacco issue came about. Many people gave up their tobacco farms. Many people have given up their dairy farms and so forth. And so they're looking for alternative forms of agriculture income to use on their farms. So that was one of the things we discussed, how to bring that about.
Yeah, and we have a fruit and vegetable growers association here. Mr. Ronnie Purcell is, I think he's one of the ones that's running that, and you can contact him if you want to become a member of that. And what they do is they basically run the farmers market, which is near the Crump Parish Park, and you can become a part of that organization. And we're going to do some more with them as the year goes on. But if you want to get involved, now would be a good time. But agritourism, it could be a pumpkin patch, it could be a corn maze, it could be anything. If you've ever been to, there's several agritourism farms outside of Smith County, and we could probably have one here. And it doesn't have to be all in Smith County. It could be on the edges of it, because that brings people to here, and especially the farmers market. So we're going to work on this. We had one meeting with Dr. Stacy Thomas out of Tech, and we're going to have another meeting with Pam Bartholomew with the state, and we're going to try and get something set up to where we can get some initiatives like workshops and grants and things going. People that run wineries, any kind of agriculture that is going on, something can be done with agritourism to bring more dollars in. And there's 2.3 million people stopped at the Welcome Center in Smith County last year. Stopped, not drove by, stopped. And if we can put a brochure up there and get them to come into town and buy a cheeseburger or buy some gas and go and look at a farm, then that's going to be good for our economy, because there's billions of dollars spent on tourist income in the state.
I just wanted to say that several years ago, I went on a trip to Ireland, Scotland, Wales, and England. One of our stops, Bill, was at a farm in Ireland. And they actually took us, it was a sheep farm. Of course, I think they had some other types of crops and animal industry going on within the farm. But they actually took us into the home. It had a thatched roof. It was really interesting. Many of your farms now are being used as a stop for a lot of these tours. And we've got some beautiful farms here in Smith County. We've got tons, I mean many, century farms that have been owned by the same family for many, many years. So if you're a farm family and you would like to consider some alternative forms of income and become a part of agritourism, call the Chamber of Commerce at 735-2093 and be a part of this group.
And the state of Tennessee is really pushing this. So, I mean, there's help out there right now. People like Tennessee Tech from the state of Tennessee, and there's grants, and there's a lot of things that can be done with that. Now, there was another thing that we wanted to talk about.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to turn the mic over to you and let you talk about our inaugural Home, Farm, and Garden Show.
That is so true, Bill. I'm working in conjunction with Bill and Virginia Solomini. In other words, I'm working with the Chamber of Commerce and with the Upper Cumberland Development District. Virginia Solomini represents them, and we're all working together to pull this off for the first time. It will be on Saturday, March 28th at the Ag Center from 9 until 5. Now, this is our first year, and to set us apart from other communities surrounding us who have home and garden shows, we want to include the farm in ours. So we're looking for vendors who might have an interest in either home, farm, or garden. So landscapers, real estate agents, builders, anything to do with the home, cleaning, maid services, anything like that. If you would like to set up a booth, we are going to have, I believe, let me think just for a minute. I think it's 30 booths are going to be available. That is a 10 by 10 booth. You can have a larger booth if you like. But if you would be interested in getting involved in this, we prefer people right here in Smith County. But if you are listening and you're outside of Smith County and you would like to be a vendor for this, we encourage you to give us a call. It's going to be exciting. I can't wait.
And we'll have the sign-up sheets there at the Chamber of Commerce, and you can call us at 615-735-2093, or you can go to the website, and we've got the email there, info@smithcountychamber.org, and you can get information about this, or just call and talk to me, or Janie, or Virginia, either one.
I was just going to say, too, one of the things that we have planned, Bill, is that we're going to have food vendors there as well. And so, and there's going to be tables set up for eating on the inside of the Ag Center. So we invite you, if you're a food vendor, we're not going to duplicate food vendors. So if you sell barbecue, the first one to call will get the barbecue slot. If you're hamburgers, the first one to call will get that slot. But we are encouraging food vendors to come out, but you need to sign up quickly. And again, call the Chamber of Commerce and get more information on signing up as a vendor. But we also, again, want to encourage you, if you are a vendor and you sell any type of product or provide a service for the home, the farm, or the garden, then we want you to be there. Whether you're in Smith County or out, we want you to be a part of this. By the way, if you want to come to this, there's free admission, free parking. So come on out. Stay the whole day, visit with everybody. I think we're going to have door prizes as well. And the way I understand it, if we can work this out, is people will go around, if they visit every one of the vendors and have their little sheet marked that they'll get when they register, then they will be eligible for the door prize. And so, and there's going to be tons of door prizes. We're going to ask our vendors to provide these. So write that on your calendar, Saturday, March 28th. And if you're a vendor, be sure and call.
And we'll be talking about more about this next month because it'll be going toward the end of the month. But sign up, come visit.
I tell you what, Bill, I never did get a hall pass for today while we were doing that taping in there. Did you?
Well, I didn't get a hall pass. I saw Mr. Lytle go by, but he was busy doing something else. So I think we snuck out without getting in trouble.
Or having to go to the principal's office.
Yeah, there you go. We didn't have to go to the principal's office. Well, hey, we had a great time at Smith County Middle School, and this is one of 7 elementaries. Well, actually, they're not an elementary, are they? But they're one of them. Now I've got myself in trouble. There's 9 schools in Smith County, and this is one of them, and they're a great school just like all the rest of them. Yes. And we appreciate our educators in Smith County, and we had a great time here. We're glad they invited us over, so we hope you enjoy the Chamber show, and let us know if you want to see something, like if there's something special going on that you know about in Smith County that we haven't figured out yet. Why, we'd appreciate a call, wouldn't we?
Yeah, we would. And you know, we'll come wherever you are. I mean, just like we came here today, we'll come wherever you are. Just give us a call.
Yeah, we'd like to tell people about what's going on in Smith County. It is a great place to work, live, and play. There's a lot of things to do around here. In fact, I've got a list that I'm building, and it's amazing how much stuff there is to do in Smith County.
I think many people don't realize the wonderful resources that we have, and one great way to know more about it is to stay on just often visit your chamber website. What is that website, Bill?
www.smithcountychamber.org.
So visit that often, because things can change from day to day. Also, you can sign up for the Monday morning memo and just call over there. They'll put you on it. If you're a chamber member and you have a special event that you would like to put on the Monday morning memo, they will put it on there for you. And that's a great way to I don't know, I think, did Nancy say there was like hundreds of people that get that mail out?
Yes, there is.
So you really ought to consider doing that, especially if you're a chamber member. And if you're not a chamber member, I can't talk either, Bill. It must be where we're cold out here. It is February after all. But if you're not a chamber member, you do need to be one. It's a wonderful way. I know with our office at the UT Extension office, I think my lips are freezing. At the UT Extension office, we're members of the chamber. Our FCE clubs are members of the chamber. You need to be a member of the chamber as well.
Yeah, it's a good way to support the county, and we're all about, as I explained to the class, we're all about trying to get business and industry into Smith County and people to have jobs, and that's what right. needs to happen here from now on.
That's true.
Well, we hope you enjoyed it, and good night. God bless.